Hi, this is tkviper, and today I'm going to give you a very quick hands-on review of the iPad mini with Retina Display on the left and compare it to the iPad mini first generation on the right. I'm sorry for the fluorescent lights, but we are inside a store. The first thing we're going to do is compare the displays. Does Retina Display matter that much? We're going to zoom in on Yahoo Japan. Very fine print here, and on the left with the Retina Display you can see very crisp, no pixels. We're going to pan over to the iPad mini first generation, and immediately you'll see a big difference. Some of those Japanese kanjis are very hard to read. So if your main use of a tablet is for reading, whether it be on the web or in iBooks or in newsstand, then I highly recommend getting the Retina Display. For movies and other stuff, not so much. Next, we're going to check out the exterior design. It is basically the same as last year's model. We have the speaker grills down there with the lightning port in between. On the side, we have the volume buttons and the lock for rotation and also volume. On the top, we have the power button, mic, headphone jack. On the front, we have the front-facing camera that's improved. And the back, we have a rear-facing camera. And the only difference between the two models is this extra mic here on the back, so you're going to get better audio when you're using the rear-facing camera. And now let's take a look at something that many people are concerned about: the weight and the height. Is it that much heavier? Is it that much thicker than the previous generation? Looking from this angle, you can tell that it is not much thicker. In fact, you can hardly notice it with your eye. It is 0.3 millimeters or 0.01 inch thicker. That's the size of a lead inside a mechanical pencil. As for the weight, it is only 0.05 pounds or 23 grams heavier. So basically, it's not going to tire your arms out any quicker than the previous generation. Next, performance. It is much faster on the A7 chip, 64-bit architecture, and iOS 7 is designed for 64-bit, so everything is going to run smoother from changing between apps and also opening and closing apps. Whereas on the iPad mini first generation, sometimes it lags. Here's the camera app. It is missing a few features that the iPhone 5S has: the slow motion camera and the panel mode. And this would have been my dream device if they had included the camera from the iPhone 5S and the LED flash. Like the iPhone 5, it has a burst mode. Just leave your finger on the shutter and it'll take multiple pictures. But it's not the same as the one on the iPhone 5S, where it groups everything together and picks the best picture for you. Here we have a bunch of pictures. You gotta pick them yourself, delete the ones you don't like. But as you can see, it's very quick. Everything zooms by very quickly. And now to demonstrate the performance boost of the A7 chip, we're going to run GarageBand. On the iPad mini first generation, usually if you use more than 2 fingers on the screen at one time, the app will have trouble following your touches visually, and I'll show you what that means. Just choose the simple lead sound from this menu here, and notice the blue dot follows my touch. Let's do the same for the iPad mini first generation. Choose the same sound. And this time we're going to use 3 fingers at the same time and just run it across the keyboard. You'll notice those blue dots are kind of flickering, kind of lagging behind. The sound comes out instantly, but look at how smooth it is on the new iPad mini with Retina Display. It's just very fast. According to Apple, 4 times faster in terms of CPU performance and 8 times faster in terms of graphics performance. So if you're a power user that uses an iPad to produce stuff like music, videos, and for playing hardcore games, and you want the best graphics in those games, then definitely this is the iPad for you. And now I'm going to test out the encoding speed of these two devices by transferring a video from my iPad mini first generation to the new one using AirDrop. Basically, you just tap on the person's name, and within seconds it's gonna locate that person and send them a notification asking permission to send them a file. And here, tap on receive, and within a minute or so, depending on the network speed, you get the file on the other device. And now we're going to use this clip to create a movie inside iMovie. Even though iMovie on the Retina Display iPad mini is the older version, which is not optimized for iOS 7 or the new A7 chip, it is still going to be much faster than the iPad mini first generation. Let's create a movie on both of these devices using the same clip that I just transferred over. Just tap on New Project, New Movie. They have different phrasing on the two different versions here. And we're just going to choose this clip here. And likewise, right here, just choose a clip. The same clip, it's a 28-second clip, just me driving in Japan. And tap on the back button to go back to the home page, and then tap on the export button and choose to save it to your camera roll. And lastly, we're going to choose to export it in the highest resolution possible, and in this video, 720p. I'm going to let the iPad first generation start before the new one, and still you're going to see the iPad mini second generation just zooming by. Within seconds we are done. Just amazingly fast, and we are only half done on the old iPad mini, and that really shows the power of this A7 chip. It takes exactly about 4 times as long to export the movie, and that's according to Apple's claim that it's 4 times faster. So yeah, basically if you're a content creator, this iPad will help you tremendously. And that's something that really attracts me because I use the iPad mini to produce a lot of videos. Too bad the camera isn't the best, so I will have to use my iPhone 5s to take the video and then transfer it to the iPad mini with Retina Display and then use it to make my movies because it is much better on a bigger screen. Finally, let's zoom in and check out how fast it renders the text. Very quick, instantly renders it. We can switch between apps with 4 fingers like this, and back the other way, or you can close an app with a 5-finger pinch. And that's all, folks. Thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe to my 2 channels, tkviper and tkviper Tech, and come visit me at tkviper.com. I'll see you guys next time.